How far did your tennis career go for you? What does that journey look like?
So I was, playing on the junior circuit. So just like you have the professional circuit, you have the same thing for juniors. So 18 years and under, and 16 years and under, 14 years and under. And I was playing on that circuit, on the international circuit. So at the end, when I was 17, I was partnering with Federer. We played at the semifinals at the Australian Open together. And then when you kind of merge with the pros because of your age, when you're 18, you just, go into it. Then kind of you start from scratch again because you have no ranking, nothing. So you have to start from zero. So you start playing these small professional tournaments. They used to be called satellites. Now they're called futures. And you try to make your first couple of ATP points and, kind of get on the ranking like that. And that's what I did. I unfortunately had a problem with my shoulder. So I played let's say for maybe not quite 2 years on the tour. And I made a couple of points and was going into the right direction. And I had a lot of potential, but I was very inconsistent in regards to playing at my highest potential. So that is also fast forward kind of why I got into what I'm doing right now. But the reason why I didn't excel to the top 100 within 2 or 3 years was not so much physically or technically or strategically. It was just, I didn't have the ability to pay attention to what I needed to pay attention to. I didn't have the ability to deal with anxiety or fear or nervousness. It's just I didn't even know what that was, that you could learn to deal with that. That was all nobody ever told me that. None of my coaches, I've never read about it. Any mental coach that I had dealt with, I was stay away from me. What you're talking about is just craziness. I don't have anything to do with you.
Now that we get to this crossroads, this is the crossroads, because the shoulder was one thing, but you're saying then there was just the level of mindset. And when we get into sports and mindset, once, you got a pretty much, healthy body, you have, the foundation, as you're an amateur or now beginning pro athlete. What really separates from what I see, and I have a daughter that's into soccer. She's 15 and a half. And she works out every day and she eats really well. And she is a pillar of health. But the biggest obstacle, not just for her, but for anybody, is the mindset of an athlete. That needs to be worked on, I think, just as much as the physicality. This is the crossroads where you start to get into that as your career was hitting the challenges, as you're going out, as your career hits that crossroads of ending. Is that when you started saying, what am I going to do? What's your mind at that? What are you planning at that point?
Oh, at that point, I was still kind of oblivious, honestly. I had a great mentor. His name was Klaus Hofses, and he one of the most successful tennis coaches in history. And then he was coaching me. So I was living in Spain at the time, and for already 5 years, I think. And then when I had to quit, and I really did not know what to do. It never occurred to me to coach. School I didn't care about. I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? It's I didn't know. My dad came down, we were walking on the beach together, and I was just I really don't know what I'm going to do. And I was 21. So it was kind of, should I go to college? I could have gone to college, even though I kind of quit school early, but through tennis, you need to take a few tests, whether you are able to, whatever those SATs and tests like that. If you take them, you're eligible. But I could have gone to any college, because if you're good enough in any sport, then you get a scholarship in the US. So that's a big benefit for athletes, right? And schools that give scholarships. But I was I really still don't like school, especially not if I need to learn things that I don't want to learn,
Yeah, because as you described before, you're uber hyper focused it's like an ADHD thing for me. They put people that have ADHD. I don't know if you do, but when you truly might not excel at things that you're not interested in. But once you're interested in something, there's super hyper focus on that. You are hyper focused on learning what you wanted to learn. And it seems like whatever that is, you're going to get hyper focused on and you're going to excel at it.